It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Houston Texans and the Minnesota Vikings. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Twin Cities and U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, the home of the Vikings. So good to have you on board with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, in this league, you know it, you lived it. Undergoing a changing of the guard at the quarterback position sometimes can be traumatic, but a lot of times it leads to hope. We've got a couple of teams here with young signal callers looking towards the future.
And you know the old saying, Mike, in the NFL, it is truer than ever. If you have a quarterback, you have a chance. And here we have two teams that feel like they have that quarterback position of the future settled. There's going to be some growing pains. There's going to be some moments where that youth rears its head. But over the long term, both these organizations feel like they have an answer at the most critical position in all of sports.
About ready to get this one started. Amy Fairbairn ready to kick it off. And off we go from Minneapolis. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They are led by the man who led Michigan to the national championship in 2023, quarterback J.J. McCarthy.
I always like studying quarterbacks in year two. I think rookie year, there can either be a lot of growth, right? There's the biggest ability to take that jump, but there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full offseason, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
And that play gets nothing, so no gain on the game's first snap.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense, and boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. They run it once more with Jones. That lane closes quickly, a pickup of 3. That's E.J. Speed getting in there to make the tackle. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's he's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Now, obviously, there's never a good time to fumble the ball. It's probably the thing that teams stress the most is ball security. But it makes it a little bit easier knowing that your own team was able to fall on top of it, and at least you can maintain possession.
So on 4th down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Braxton Berrios deep to return. And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. They're led by the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year in 2023. From Ohio State, it's C.J. Stroud.
You could certainly make the case, Mike, that he had one of the best rookie seasons by a quarterback in NFL history. Not so much just his personal play, but he has completely rejuvenated that Houston Texans locker room and that Houston Texans organization. It was incredible watching him as a rookie. Tell you what, though, I think he's even more capable here in his 2nd year under center.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
A 2nd down throw for Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, will take a timeout. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
The throw on the run is complete. Second time they've connected on the drive, and this one goes for 17 yards.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Trying the right side, taken in by Collins. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Stroud to throw here on 1st down. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle's made here at the 3-yard line.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the rope.
Good blocking, and he's in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike, and it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Texans will take a 7-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll put Addison in motion. They'll fake the give, and now it's McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And 3rd down coming up.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
To try and run for the first down with Jones. Looking for room out on the edge. You're not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Here's Ryan Wright now. He's on for the 2nd time. He'll try to get something inside the 10. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Texans offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here as they begin this drive 1st and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got it! And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. A lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there, and it'll lead to a 2nd down. Kirk is the motion man. On the give, this is Mixon. And he'll get this up to the 44. That's Andrew Van Ginkel in on the tackle. They need 8 as they come up for 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stroud. He completes this one to Mechie. 12 yards on that hookup. 1st down for Houston.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Here's 1st and 10. They will work the middle with Mixon. And he'll only get down to around the 42. Second down and 8. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Stroud. He's going to run it. And he's able to gain yardage out of this one before he slides.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw is Stroud. That's hauled in at the 2. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
What an impressive drive this has really been, and it's a combination of big plays and 3rd down conversions. Now after that last 3rd down pickup, it's 1st and goal. They got a chance to finish this really impressive drive and come away with 6.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Again, it'll be Mixon. And he'll go down, back at the 4.
Down here this close, all it takes is one defensive lineman defeating his block and getting some penetration, and that's exactly what we saw here. Not only to stop the ball carrier short of the end zone, but to take him down for a loss.
Line of scrimmage to the 4. It's 3rd down and goal. And he'll take it on in. Christian Kirk. Touchdown, Texans. Greg, offensive coordinators script the start of the game. This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfectly executed. They've been aggressive. They've been efficient right since the start of this one. And I'll tell you what, Mike, if they continue to build on this lead here early, it's going to be a long day for this defense.
Fairbairn good on the point after. And the Texans will extend their first quarter lead. It's now 14-0. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it up. Chandler now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Vikings offense ready to get back at it. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Here's Jones. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Here's 3rd and 2. In motion, it's Jefferson. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And this will wind up a Vikings first down as he gets this up to the 40-yard line.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get up beyond the 40 to the 41-yard line. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. A run. It's Jones. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. Here's McCarthy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Texans offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They've raced out to a 14-0 lead. They've done nothing wrong so far. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On play action, Stroud. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down. 13 yards on that one. Move the sticks. It's a first down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
He'll take off again, and he'll gain yardage and able to get down at the end of the play.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Here's a give up the middle to Mixon. And he will keep the drive moving. Gets the first down. Nice gain of 5.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
That's over the middle and caught by Collins. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. Now Mixon. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 14-0 is our score. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Here's third down and a few inches. This one complete to Jordan. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
Third and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the first down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up first down.
A run here with Mixon. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. They'll go right back to Mixon. And he moves down to the 25. That's good enough for a first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Stroud going to set up to throw. Brought in by the tight end, Schultz.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. Important one here. Want to keep this drive moving. Got to pick up 3rd and 4. Open man is Mechie. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5. But it will keep the drive going.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up. I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
On the handoff, it's Mixon. A second effort, and he is in. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans will stake themselves to a 21-0 lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. To throw, it's McCarthy. Quick throw, taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. From the gun, it's a run, and it's Jones. He'll bring this to the 40. That's good enough to move those chains. It's a first down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
They motion the slot man left. On play action, here's McCarthy. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Receiver in motion, going right. McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. He connects with Jordan Addison. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Now Jones. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll run it here with Jones. And they are all over that on defense. Good surge, drops him back. Let's put him at the 9-yard line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
They'll run the toss here with Jones. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down.
That was just a race to the edge, and in this case, Mike, he just wasn't the winner. I mean, at this point, when the defense is out there waiting for you, it's tough for any runner in this league to even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
They'll look to throw for it with McCarthy. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings are on the board now here in this 2nd quarter.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Reichard had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. Braxton Berrios now to bring it back. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. C.J. Stroud and the Houston offense set to get going again. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. First and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
Second down, and here's a run, and here's Mixon. He'll try to push forward. He'll wind up getting 3 yards with that one. Blake Cashman up from the linebacker's spot to make the tackle. Third down and 9. Kirk is the motion man. On third down, they'll set up to throw. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and fourth down is coming up.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough third down situation, and now it brings up fourth down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Vikings offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. In motion, it's Jefferson. They fake the jet sweep and give it up the middle. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up second down. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. He'll let this go deep for Jefferson. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. Third down coming up. On third and a yard, it's McCarthy. Along the sideline, a nice catch. The feet in. It's a short gain, but it'll move the chains. A first down.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
This is Jones. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. They face second down and 7. From the gun, here's McCarthy. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. Sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient. but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
Here comes the screen to Jones. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on 3rd down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
That's going to be out of bounds, no return, and the drive's going to start from just inside the 20-yard line. The Texans offense and running back Joe Mixon heading out onto the field. They've opened up a big lead already, trying to put this one to bed maybe before halftime. Another drive starts here with 1st and 10. They will work the middle with Mixon. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. Stroud gonna tuck this one on the zone read. And maybe the quarterback should have given that one away. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all.
A lot of defense's strategy of defending the zone read, Mike, is we want that quarterback to pull the ball. It's one of their few chances throughout the course of the game where they can get their hits on him, and in this case, they're able to hold him to no gain.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Here in the first half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
A fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They run it once more with Jones. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
They'll go back to Jones on 1st down. There he goes again. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs to kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get about 5. Play action now. It's McCarthy. And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time. When you're around the ball on defense, good things are going to happen. And this is a great example. He's not able to secure the interception, but the next best thing is he gets his hand on the ball, and it falls harmlessly incomplete.
To the air on third down is McCarthy. And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a first down. Two minutes remain here in this first half. We'll have more from Minneapolis. After this, line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Quick throw here is complete. Here's 2nd and 6. To the air once more is McCarthy. This one is caught by... Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And this is taken in by the defense. Any turnover down here hurts, Greg. These feel even worse because you have the reception. Looks like you're going to gain yardage. And then the fumble and the turnover, the defense takes the ball.
And they got exactly what they wanted out of the pass play, Mike. They're able to make the completion, but now as the ball carrier, you cannot be thinking, oh, I have to score, get it in the end zone. You still have to protect the ball. He doesn't. The ball gets knocked free, and the defense creates a huge turnover.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. What an important sequence this is, trying to get one of those scores back before halftime in a great spot. First down and goal. To the goal line and in. T.J. Hawkinson. Touchdown, Vikings. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg. Could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Reichard, good with the extra point. And the Vikings get a bit closer here. It's now 21-10. Reichard out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Here's Berrios on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. from the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud. And he gets that one complete to Collins. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
That's caught right side, the tight end, Schultz. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their 2nd, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. Third and 5. Back to throw. Stroud. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins. And he's going to have the 1st down. They're also in field goal range at the 28-yard line.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
Jaime Fairbairn coming on to try the field goal. Spotted at the 35, this a 45-yard attempt. Fairbairn's kick is good. And the Texans going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the 1st half.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Just 1 second remaining in this 1st half, and they will kick it away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out, so they'll take over at the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is McCarthy. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this 1st half.
All right, Michael, thanks very much as we welcome you into our downtown Orlando studios and the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was Joe Mixon who had it working in the 1st half. He chipped in a couple of touchdown runs as he was running with determination right from the word go. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the 2nd half. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Texans offense and C.J. Stroud ready to get to work once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. On play action, Stroud. Open man, downfield, it's Nico Collins. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
Mechie, the man in motion. They'll run on first down with Mixon. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short.
When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
Here's 2nd and 2. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And they'll finally run him down, but not before he takes it inside the 15.
If you have a shot to bring him down early, you just can't miss, Mike. Not against a runner like this. If he slips that first tackle, you can see how much more he can add to a run.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. Here's a toss, right side to Mixon. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal. Very nearly a touchdown. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. 12 yards there, and a 1st down.
A chance here for this back to really show his speed. He saw the room on the perimeter, and he was able to get around the edge. Thought he was going to get right to the pylon. Comes up just short. Down near the goal line, sets up 1st and goal.
And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
They'll try to run this one in. And he's into the end zone yet again. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Texans. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, nothing changed at halftime. They come right out to start this 3rd quarter and pick up where they left off.
Well, I think this defensive coordinator is going to think back to his halftime speech, Mike, because whatever adjustments he thought they made, it obviously didn't resonate. What we saw happen in the first half, they picked right back up here to start the 3rd quarter, and at this point, the offense has hit its stride, and they continue to pull away.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans will extend this 3rd quarter lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Chandler now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the third quarter. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
They'll try again. It's second and 10. Now McCarthy looking for Jefferson deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
And here we have another missed opportunity for an offense that have already had a handful of them throughout this game. And let's be honest, Mike, you just can't afford to overthrow a man that's that open, especially when you're trying to overcome a double-digit deficit in the NFL.
McCarthy from the gun here on third down. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
It'll be a punt coming from the Vikings, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. And as we go through the highlights, no shortage of touchdowns today. 3 trips to the end zone in this one. The combination, the power, the speed, everything on display, and the defense has seen it all. From the 35, it's first and 10. On the handoff, running left, it's Mixon. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Throwing on second down, Stroud to the left side, and caught by Schultz. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Look him up on a second down and 8. They'll go right back to Mixon. He'll get this across midfield to about the 49. Josh Metellus there on the tackle. Here now, 3rd and 5. Throwing is Stroud. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
How often do we see teams kind of nurse these big leads, Mike, especially as the game unfolds? They turn to the ground game. They try to slow everything down. Well, not this offense. They refuse to take their foot off the gas. They're still mining for explosive plays, and frankly, with the way today's gone, I don't blame them.
The home team's offense getting set to get back to work. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here's Jones. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
They run on the jet sweep, and he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. Setting up to throw is McCarthy. And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet in bounds.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
They'll put Addison in motion. They'll try and run for the 1st down with Jones.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the 1st down.
2 first downs have them up to the 44-yard line. It's 1st and 10. And he's going to be bottled up quickly after a gain of about 1. It is Azeez Al-Shire with the stop. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff. Jones. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And he continues to carry the ball well. Another nice one here. But as they find themselves continuing to trail here in the 2nd half, the opposing team's defense is not really concerned about the run game. They need to find a way to use the pass to get the lead and then go back to this run game to close the game out.
To the middle of the field, taken in by Addison. And he will finally be taken down inside the 10-yard line.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and goal now from just inside the 10-yard line. Here comes the jet sweep. And this is not going to work out as planned. Tough spot to try to run a play like that. It is blown up behind the line.
Great job by the defense seeing this jet sweep unfold. They're able to get right to the point of contact and take this guy down for a loss.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try here on 2nd and goal. Up the middle, here's Jones. He brings it down to the 5-yard line, but now it is 3rd and goal. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Third and goal. Looking to throw. McCarthy. And he's in. Jordan Addison. Touchdown, Minnesota.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. Will Reichard now on for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Vikings are able to cut into the deficit. Reichard out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Here's Berrios on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. There's Nico Collins and his Texans teammates getting set for their next possession. And he was unguardable in the first half. You see the numbers as they try to add to those here in the third quarter. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Stroud. He's going to run it. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on 1st down.
Kirk is the motion man. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. They go right back to Collins. He's got it again. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Now Mixon. And that'll give him a 1st down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. They'll run out of the gun with Mixon. And he'll take it down inside the 20. A run into the red zone. A pickup of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Here's Stroud. That is caught at the 3. And the Texans are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. He's out of bounds at the 2. A gain of 15 and a 1st down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why.
Kevin O'Connell made the decision, and he will throw the red challenge flag. at issue. Was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge there unsuccessful, and it will remain a completed pass. Two yards from 6 points. It is first down and goal. They'll run here with Mixon. And he's got another one. Joe Mixon. Touchdown, Houston. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
Fairbairn to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the Texans tack on one more to their lead. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Chandler now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and Aaron Jones set to take over once more. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. From the 25, they'll go to work. First and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And he'll take this past the 30, a gain of 6, mark it at the 31. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They run it once more with Jones. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
They'll try and throw it with McCarthy. He's got a receiver. It's Addison. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Jones now on 1st and 10. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Again, it's Jones. And there's defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's third down. To throw, it's McCarthy. To the right side, he's got Hawkinson, his tight end.
This pitch and catch may have looked routine, but I promise you, Mike, these types of anticipatory throws, especially outside the numbers, they don't occur without countless reps, oftentimes when nobody's even watching.
It'll be a punt coming up for the Vikings, as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And it'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They've definitely outplayed their opponents to this point in the third quarter. They might be looking to grind out some first downs and chew up some valuable time on the clock. Here's Stroud. This one complete to Jordan.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Second down and 3. They'll go play action with Stroud. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Stroud. That'll be taken in by Mixon. He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Play action now. It's McCarthy. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. And he will be taken down. A big pickup on what will be the final play of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give it to Jones. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They run straight ahead with Jones. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the gain to nothing.
And he's going to be close to that 1st down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, He did. It is indeed a first down. Now Jones. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he gets a yard out of that one. It's second down. This is Jones. And the Vikings are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up first and goal.
Now it is first and goal. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. And he'll take it on in. T.J. Hawkinson, touchdown Vikings. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Reichert now to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the Vikings are able to edge a bit closer. Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Texans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. They'll begin on the ground, and here's Mixon. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. From the gun, here's Stroud. His throw left side, taken in by Kirk. Third and a yard. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. It's good for a Texans first down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Now Stroud. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
A second down throw for Stroud. Quickly to the outside and complete. 18 yards on the catch and run will move the chains.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back.
Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down. Back to throw. Stroud. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he won't get away. Good open field tackle there to get him down behind the line.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Throwing on second down. Stroud. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the fourth quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. We're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. On play action. Stroud. Over the top. He's got it. Brevin Jordan. Touchdown, Texans. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Now Fairbairn for the extra point. He's got it. And the Texans will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Chandler now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting set for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes, and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's McCarthy. This one is caught by Addison. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and The age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. This pass, right side, going to be caught by Addison.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Quick throw, taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw once more, here's McCarthy. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the second half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. Just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Not much there. Maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. This one brought in by Hawkinson. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. On the handoff, Jones. The offense staying out there for this 4th down. On 4th down, here's McCarthy. That's taken in, and he's going to have the first down. An aggressive call there, but it works out as they convert on 4th down.
We're starting to see this a lot in the NFL. Not only 4th down tries are up, but throwing the ball short of the sticks. Teams are so reliant nowadays on yards after the catch. It can feel a little dicey upon reception, but a nice job here, and fortunately for them, it picks up the first down.
And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. To the right side, he's got Hawkinson, his tight end. And he will score again. T.J. Hawkinson, touchdown Minnesota. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Vikings are able to cut into the deficit. Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Here's Pierce for the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Texans offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Stroud to throw. And that ball led him too far, maybe too wide. Out of bounds, incomplete.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
On second down, Stroud. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
So often we see a team that's milking a 2-score lead get very conservative, especially in the fourth quarter, but not this coach. He says, all right, I might have a 2-score lead. I want to make it 3. He's trying to put as much pressure on his opponent possible here down the stretch late.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. A dive and a catch. Incredible. Nice chunk here in this good-looking drive. Pickup of 14 and a first down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do it laying out. That's a big-time play to secure that one.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Mike, you know what we used to call those plays? No, 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 yes. Because that's exactly what was going through the mind of the coach on the sideline when the quarterback decided to throw that ball into really tight coverage.
On 1st down, it's Stroud. He'll go right back to Kirk again. It's complete. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Well, the run after catch is certainly nice, and they're definitely going to take it. But watch the savviness of the route running. Certain guys just have a better field for running these slant routes than others, and it's a nice result.
Stroud to throw here on 1st and 10. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but that once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Again, they'll give it to Mixon. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. They can still pick up a 1st down here, and they'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Mixon. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
The Vikings offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Quick throw here is complete. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. They come up for 2nd and 2. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand. So it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
They'll run for it, and it's Jones. And he's going to pick up the Vikings' 1st down, it would appear. Yes, he does, by a full yard. They get the conversion on 4th and 2.
I know it's 4th and short, Mike, but at this distance, you actually have to clear a lane out. You can't just fall forward or push the pile. So that conversion, it's as much of a credit to the blocking as it is to the running back seeing the hole and hitting it.
And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. They'll need to score and do it quickly. Still 1 timeout left. The final minute, 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy. He'll look underneath here for Jones. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. The coverage too good downfield. They'll wind up taking him down. Gonna need a big play now. 3rd down and long. McCarthy from the gun here on 3rd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Certainly not one of his better throws, but what I've loved out of this quarterback today, Mike, was just how aggressive he's remained throughout the entire course of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Even if it falls incomplete, it opens up everything else in this passing game, and they've had their way so far today.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Open man, left side, he's got it. They get 18 yards on 4th down and a fresh set of downs.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown to...
In trouble, and he's going to be taken down. So it's a win for the visiting Texans. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
you.